Hello, everyone, and welcome to Worlds Collide Final Fantasy VI Randomizer. This is kind of a nice preview race for the upcoming SG Live tournament, and featuring four really good runners today. And I'm also happy to be joined in the booth by Yogi. How you doing today?
Hello. Pretty good. I'm excited to see this one. And, let's see how it
All right, so just a quick rundown of the flags. Looks like the requirements today are recruit 6 characters and find 10 espers. There's a little fluidity each time a seed is rolled on how many characters and espers are required. And the KT skip looks like it's 18 checks, so very, very possible, given 16 total checks are required to enter, that we'll have a lot of skips today.
They are starting with 2 Magicites, as well as a goodie bag with 3 high-tier items. Just random things. Could be anything from like an economizer to elemental shield to a red cap. Could be a lot of things.
Yeah, not necessarily, the instant win button could be, but you could get an Illumina, which makes life easy, but you could also have to decide whether or not you want to sell something that'll be useful probably mid-game to later in order to get a quick start. So some interesting decisions that you usually don't see in typical tournament flags.
Yep, they're also starting with no gold, 10 warp stones, 10 phoenix stones, and the scaling is 2.5, so it's a little harder than Ultros League scaling wise. And there's some other incentives to do various checks, like you get 24 lures if you do Burning House. If you suplex the train, you get all the blitzes. And you get a high tier item if you do a Coliseum match or win an auction. So that might be something that they might consider is, sell some of your high tier items at the beginning, go straight to the auction house, get the Magicite there, and maybe go in a Coliseum match and get the bonus item there as well. We'll have to see what they in for here.
Oh dang, the auction house one is a set of breakable rods, so that might actually be really good for opening up a seed. You can.
It is a known reward.
Yeah, it's randomized at seed generation, and then but everyone gets to know what it is up front, which is it's kind of a nice touch, I think, for people that like to plan ahead.
Strago Gogo Edgar start, and Falcon headed straight into Narsh for some looting. The others are probably going to returners, and this is something I see a lot from Falcon Hit. He'll just go straight into Narsh and just get the chest and check the shops out. Falcon Hit gets a Snow Muffler and a Genji shield out of it, pretty nice.
I like the Narsh start if you're planning on if your opening route really doesn't take you into a town that has a lot of shops that you can check up front.
And a Mega Elixir in Returner's Cave, as well as a red jacket, which is one piece of Murton protection.
Yeah, the Mega Elixir is one of those items that's definitely it's a tough decision to think about whether you want to sell it or not, because it's really good at getting you through Fallen 1 and is great insurance for Tier 3 in case you get bopped by Medio at the very end of the game. But maybe you could save like 5 minutes by selling it and buying a bunch of stuff with it now.
Looks like 2 of the goodie bag items were Economizer and Magistrad. I didn't see the third. And one of the characters has X magic. Probably Strago. Are the skills for the characters are they fixed? Is Edgar gonna be what is Edgar, throw? Or no, are they unique random?
They're unique random. With a few of them pulled out. I believe Slot is pulled out. And I don't think Possess is in the pool as well.
From what I saw, GP Rain, Capture, Control, and Slot were banned. Which is maybe I didn't look at it right, because you would expect Possess to be banned, yeah. Like Possess and Shock.
Oh, the skills actually do include Possess. All right, well, off to the races then with that one. Oh, but they are weighted in a certain way, so it's probably why in all of the practice seeds that I've run, I've not seen Possess. Okay, so I see a Ragnarok in the inventory as well. Maybe that was one of the goodie items.
Three of the runners checking out South Figaro, while Drulith went back to Narch and is headed now to South Figaro. So now everybody's at South Figaro. I did see Mega Elixirs for sale.
See, it looks like we've got fixed dice available as well. So with access to Katana Soul in the underground through Edgar's checks, that sets up one character pretty nicely, and it looks like Strago can also equip the dice.
Falcon Head opting not to go basement and goes directly to Figaro Castle. Gonna have to put Edgar in the lead spot and check out the throne here. And picks up an Ifrit.
Yeah, Ifrit is good. It's also really nice to be able to just get your shopping out of the way here. With the half-price shops in 2 of them, just right on the path to getting the item.
Just your run-of-the-mill items in the item shop. I saw some dried meat in there, and another typical item, like sleeping bags and smoke bombs and the like. And it finishes up Figaro Castle and headed to probably Zen? Maybe? Nope, maybe not. What do I know?
Zen wouldn't be a bad choice, but if you're also sort of... A lot of these runners know the map between the worlds super well, so I think Falcon just realized being over the top of South Figaro and World of Ruin, it's a good time to just flip and check things out here. There's a merit award for sale for not very much, so in the event of any equipment issues, that would be a good one to check out.
Yeah, that's the thing that's kind of like this murky item when you're a new player and you're like, when do I use this?
Yeah, that's and especially for this flag set where you get a goodie bag and you have a lot of opportunities to get good equipment. It might just be good to pick up a couple of those on the way, and that way you can kit out a character with an Illumina or a Ragnarok that you might just have an extra of. In the showcase race, the Schwantz couldn't hold all of the Illuminas that he got from the auction house. And, I don't know, probably would have to resort to juggling them all. All right, well, forget fixed dice. Falcon Hit just found half-price Valiant knives for sale. And ice rods. And I say half price Valiant knives because Edgar also gets a discount in World of Ruin South Figura. So now Falcon Hit doing the basement check, and this is basically going to turn out to have Falcon Hit's going to have fixed dice, Dragoon Boots and Dragon Horn, and a Ragnarok and a Valiant Knife all ready to go. Team Physical looking pretty good.
But Schwantz is checking out Fanatic's Tower. This is interesting. It is a Magicite. I don't think Fanatic's Tower can be an item. Fanatic's Tower is a Strago check, and Strago checks are notoriously slow. And maybe, I don't know, maybe we're just fighting the dragon and leaving, but I'm not sure. Maybe the dragon is all the way up. We have ice rods and mimicked ice rods. The ice rod is not doing much damage.
Yeah, Ice Rod is generally the one that I feel the least comfortable with taking on bosses. If I had a Fire Rod or a Thunder Rod, I'd feel a lot better about it. But Skull Dragon, especially at low levels, is not really all that scary, so this is probably as good a time as any to try it.
Strago is able to equip the Valiant Knife. The flags are any character has a 50% chance of equipping an item that they normally can't equip. Okay, fighting super balls.
Oh, especially with a go-go start, they're super useful to get early. So, yeah, cash out whatever you can and buy a gross of them and be on your way.
Does take down that dragon.
I think I just saw that Edgar learned Merton.
Yep.
Right, and Fitz is opting for Abbott's Rock, and Falcon Hit is going to dive into the Burning House. So we've got a pretty interesting divergence here so far.
Yep, 3 of the runners in 3 different Strago checks. Let's find out which one pays off the most. Of course, the Schwanz is now level 13 from that dragon fight, which is quite nice.
Yeah, level 13 has Merton access on our red jacket wearer and Fire 2 on Strago. So, and just plenty of ice rods. Lots of options. It runs into the tentacles, which feels a little bad to run into right now. I usually prefer to fight the tentacles with more party members, but I think it's doable, especially with the amount of rods that Fitz has.
Yeah, that's a rough one. And Funbaba for the Schwanz is a very beefy boss. He's got way too much health. Drulith also deciding to go to Burning House.
See, Falcon Hit finding a bunch of Exo-Rays, so good use of Revenge 5s. Those flowers are undead. I also really hate ice too, so it's game knowledge coming into play here.
Phantom Regicide pickup for 1 free Fitz.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like too exciting.
And Funbaba down for the Schwanz. The main reward in the tower here was a Magicite, but you do get this high tier item at the top as well, which I did not see what it was.
Oh goodness! Wow, this is Did you find the Pearl Rod? If not, did you find Super Balls? If not, good luck.
Yeah, Doomgaze is one of those bosses that you just do not want to see early, even if you're not multiple of 5. He just does the damage. But we do have Go-Go with the full Dragoon side and fixed dice, so and a Pearl Rod, so
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, just mimic that, please. Pearl rods are basically break in case of emergency, and I would say this certainly qualifies.
And dead check in the Burning House is a Dragonhorn, while the Schwanz picks up a Raiden. Not too exciting spells on that, but does get us closer to our 10 Magicite requirement.
to finding some white dresses in the armor shop, which and enhancers as well. So some nice MP boost items available.
Let's gonna peek for the next tower. Besides, they don't like the Magicite reward and wants to go peek Edgar's first check here. Which is also where Falcon Head is.
Yeah, I like the play of doing this after you've gotten your initial levels. Just go in, beat up Katana Soul, get another character online, and then you can really start just rolling over bosses.
Have the bottom two runners done Throne yet, or maybe they're just rounding it into these Edgar checks, so they do them all at the same time?
Yeah, I think that's generally what they do, is just save the Throne for later. I prefer the 2-item shop check up front, but it does end up wasting time if you do this later.
Just a Narapa in the tentacle vanilla location. This should be pretty easy.
And the reward is Palador, which Schwantz will also get shortly. And now Fitz gets to try Doom Gaze on.
Luckily, not a multiple of 5 on the level. That's gotta feel really bad. You do all the Burning House, and then you get to the end, and then Doom Gaze is there, and you're a multiple of 5.
Alright, so the fun thing about Katana School is we've got a couple of people that can sketch, so let's see if Slayer Edge feels like popping out early today.
Easy peasy for Falcon Head. Takes it right down. Sketch, and I'm gonna pick up an offering and a bunch of gold. Offering being a great pickup because we already have Valiant Knife, and Valiant Knife offering is a really strong combo. It'll let you attack 4 times.
Oh, we've got offerings for days. There's a second one for Drew. So Fixed Ice offering, Valiant Knife offering, and Dragonhorn, Go-Go, and Ragnarok Edgar. We're good to go. Just optional from here on out, it looks like.
Ooh, what was that, the statue? I missed it.
An offering.
Oh. Sometimes they menu incredibly fast and the text is on there only for half a second. And a nice Thunder Shield pickup off of the Red Dragon.
Drew, not so lucky with the sketch, but those are some pretty good dice rolls.
Still on the hunt for the 4th character.
Yeah, and looks like we might finally bully some runners into checking Zone Eater, but I think Kefka and Narsh also a possibility.
Falcon Head getting knocked off of this bridge here, but you do get 2 chests down there, but they were not very exciting.
Yeah, they played a little nicer the second time around. Let's see how brave Falcon Head is feeling. About as brave as I do. Alright.
I used to not save here. I was like, oh, I'm super confident I'm going to make this every time. And then And then I don't know, one day I got scared of it because even if you make this first tile, like if it's close at all, you die. Like even if you clearly make it, if you're just a little bit close, you die there, and then you have to do the whole thing over again.
Yeah, it feels really bad, so I just always take the 2 seconds to save. The worst is when you get like a really long name item in that first chest, and it just screws up your timing.
So the character looks like it's going to be at Kefka at Narsh as another Magicite in the Zone Eater location.
It's a pretty quick Magicite though, so no complaints there. We have simultaneous Ebbets rock checking. So I suspect that we're going to have a lot of people saving Kefka and Narsh until the very, very, very last.
And with 2 elemental shields and jump. Jump is also Merton protection as you are in the air, dodging it. Falcon are going to take down these tentacles really fast.
Alright, so Drew is going to be the first one to run up the mountain in Narsh, so who's it going to be? Well, if it's the Yeti, we're going to go get Celeste immediately next, because she was peeking out the window. And we still need Magicite.
Shadow at Kefka Marsh, which unlocks Floating Continent, which is pretty good. The Shadow freebie, and the Cave on the Belt.
Looks like Drew's just going to take this opportunity here to get a little experience. Look at that fancy footwork. And you're rewarded with Goddess with only 2 people. So, unfortunately, Fixed Dice really does not care. Really does not care.
200 roll for Drew. I feel like the fight is almost over already.
Yeah, it's also really nice that X-Fight ignores Love Token as well. That can be pretty brutal otherwise. So Drew gets the first character. Here we go. Oh, Shadow can also use Valiant Knife, so welcome to the team. Here's your Atlas Armlet and offering. And HP up Esper whenever we get one.
Another Magicite at the Shadows freebie at Dad's house.
I'm going to be really amused if this is also mandatory floating continent. So scoring for the qualifiers is pretty simple. First place gets 100 points, and every place thereafter loses 3. And we add up. You can race in at most 3 qualifiers, so we add the scores up, and that is your rank. Rank ties with the flip of a coin. That's really about it. And Fitz is going to get squashed in the bottom left there. Hope Fitz saved. It's gonna get squashed again. There, I don't know. There must be like some loose gravel or something on that corner.
Yeah, the only places the next character can go are Floating Continent or Cave on the Veldt. It's very likely that they're just in Floating Continent. Floating Continent has 2 guaranteed progressions, so Magicite or character. And the third one could be item. It is quite long, and there are 4 bosses, but you also do get some experience, a monster in a box, and a small amount of loot.
First boss is Guardian, which feels a little bad, but you've also got a giant pile of ice rods and activated Valiant Knife. So longer on this one.
Ultros, maybe second. No experience for this, and it sneezed away. First floating content check is a major site. Falcon hit takes down the Guardian and throws his head out in the Zone Eater check. Nice Gigantos take that for Drulith. This is a pile of experience.
Goddess even fits the business here, but Strago also has a. Oh, I was gonna say Strago has a Thunder Shield, so it's looking good, but not when you get hit by a Blowfish. So. Oh, this feels really, really terrible. Yeah, meanwhile, Falcon Hit taking advantage of the vanilla locations for Monster in a Box and just murdering a Gigantos. You don't really care about the item, you care about the giant pile of experience that you get for killing him. And Fitz also running into a horrifying group. Outsider Madam is probably one of the worst.
Say that's 8th Magicite for Drulith. 2 Magicites at Floating Continent so far, and only the last spot in Floating Continent and the Shadows Cave on the Veldt remain to find the next character. Floating Continent is stacked with progression. Which makes sense, because that's about the only place they can go.
Fitz is gonna get healed up on this this fight here. Might be worth rezzing Edgar. Oh boy, Schwantz is also now discovering the Outsider Madam combo, and yeah, that's just it's just obliteration. So Drew never saw that pairing, the enemy pairing. Yeah, no big deal. I think Schwantz is probably just going to do the no combat movement for this this check now.
Final boss of Floating Continent is World Championship Bowling. The World Championship Bowler of the World, Umaro.
I love the pose so much.
Someone has to have photoshopped the bowling ball on there at some point. He's a character, right? No,
Oh!
that's the other one. Three Magicite in Floating Continent is going to lead to a very speedy seed, I imagine.
Thunder also coming with full 3, so the magic is kind of coming together very late. So, but yeah, this has been kind of a brutally linear seed so far.
Ultros League is pretty easy flangs and is 6 characters 9 Magicite. This is 6 characters 10 Magicite, but you start with 2 Magicite, so it's probably going to be faster. Minus, it is scaled a little bit more, but the 2.5 versus 2 is not too big of a deal. Yep, there's Sabin. This had to be a character.
And meanwhile, Fitz has escaped from Kefka and Arsh, and well, time to do all the free checks, and then still not get a character.
Which leads us to the question, which one of Sabin's checks is the 6th character?
So I think the way I would play this is to leave the train for when I'm full up either on characters or espers, because then you can just peek that one, and if it's not the thing that you want, you can go elsewhere. Other than that, probably just doing the checks is in the fastest order as possible, and just blowing through the burning house without opening any chests is pretty quick. Alright, so we know that Zen has an Esper, and Drew might just go to a World of Balance for this. The nice thing about the house check is that you can also peek to see if it's a character, and since it was not, well, that kid can go fend for himself.
Yep, Drillith heading straight to Phantom Train, another peekable We can just go to the caboose and see what the reward is immediately before having to do the whole thing. And there it is. There is character number 6. That'll after Phantom Train Kefka fight will be unlocked.
Yeah, so Drew is just motoring through this. I haven't gotten to see Drew's levels in a while, but damage to this point has not really been an issue so far.
Okay, and also resetting out of Collapsing House, seeing that it is not a character. So yeah, Drulith appears to solidly be in the lead here, with Falcon Hit not too far behind. My weapon is running down the train tracks at Drulith's team. That's normally would be terrifying, but I think these dice have another plan.
Yeah, Landslide targeting the low HP character feels a little bad. So Drew will just pick up that Golem Esper, and that'll be it. Off to Kefka Star. Oh, this is interesting. Let's just clear a couple of quick checks and do the skip.
Let's see, skip was 18 checks, starting at 3 characters, 2 match side, and going up to 16, it's 11, so you'd have to do 7 extra? Of course, they have had some dead checks. It seems like a lot. I don't think they've had that many dead checks.
Oh no! Drew getting the low HP crit. Not exactly what he was looking for. Yeah, so meanwhile, Falcon Hit is just rushing straight into KT. And Schwantz gets the Ragnarok Esper from the Burning House. And Drew gets a Valiant Knife, so Seed is embarrassment of riches so far. Interesting move by Drew as well, going to do the True Knight. And keep the low health Shadow protected. Meanwhile, I just noticed how much HP Falcon Egg has on Strago, and that is a ton.
Oh yeah, dragons count for skip, right?
I think so. So as a reminder, this is the first qualifier race for the Worlds Collide SG Live tournament. There are 4 more. If you'd like to participate, we ask that you join at least one race. And yeah, that's really about it. I think the rules document was posted in the chat earlier if you are interested in joining. Still plenty of time.
This is for seeding, yeah?
Yeah, just for seeding into pools. So even if you can only make one qualifier, still gets you into the tournament. So. Alright, so that is a skip down right about when Falcon Hit is actually getting to this point here. So Drew calculated this pretty well. It doesn't seem like there's any loss of time. In fact, I would say it's probably the slightest of gains.
Yeah, it's close. I don't know, Drilliv was ahead, and now I feel like he's slightly behind. So I might have lost a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, Drew also has... Drew's levels are also absurd right now, too. So maybe that, just going through 4 boss fights in Kefka, will make up some of the time.
Yeah, true. Regardless, it's really close right now. Falcon Hit and Drilliv literally on the same fight. Schwartz is going to Dirt Dragon.
Alright, well, Drew read the flags very clearly and just one-shots the Ghost Train with a Phoenix Down. Falcon, meanwhile, doing the crowd-pleasing suplex a train and unlock Bum Rush, so it's always fun.
Is Blitz Shadow?
I don't know who came in with Blitz, but I don't think we'll be seeing very much of it.
Yeah, it's always kind of awkward when you get Blitz and then you get level 42 and then you have to go to Duncan's house and it's just this super long cutscene that feels really bad.
Yeah, I feel like it's very, very situational when you can actually use Bum Rush, and it usually involves getting an egg.
Yeah, and then like most of the Kefka fight is what you're using it for, and it's not targetable, and you're just bum rushing some random piece of Kefka.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels super awkward in general.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to, like, you want to kill the face first and you keep hitting the lower right arm instead. Oh, well, Schwantz is gonna check the toilet and regret everything, because there's a Magimaster in there that wanted some privacy. And while this is ridiculously good experience, and Mega Elixir is nice, it's also kind of a big time sink.
Couple of Ultros fights going on in the end of Kefka's Tower here. The pincer attack one and the derpy one.
Oh wow! Fitz finding in the desert. Just here's some Gigantos, and Drew rips into the lead right now, so able to regain some of that time on both levels, and Phoenix downing the train. So. So, neck and neck going into KT, we've got Drulith and Falcon Hit.
Yep, and the Yeti at the what do you call this one?
Imperial Camp.
Imperial Camp. Yeah.
So I like this from Drulith, just using Fenrir in Phase 1. He's got Golem already, so might as well take advantage of it. All those nasty counters from the arm in the background don't really do very much. Yeah, just motoring through. Falcon Head also having a pretty clean Phase 1 too from the looks of it.
I do believe they have mute, which makes this Phase 2 a lot cleaner. Expect just a typical fight here. Doom the red one and mute the left one. And then probably take out Tiger. My knowledge of their names is so good. Oh, it's Tools. Tools is the red one, and the Magic is the left one.
Yeah. Alright, gets doomed to land again. Spreading the Ice Rod out, I think, is actually well worth it. It's kind of interesting. Just Tiger is very, very weak to ice. So, the Fenrir carrying over from the previous tier, also really nice when 10 hits comes out.
Yeah, Falcon Head has Bomb Rush and Merton, and whiffs on the right and trying to take out Tools. Drulith's the first out of Phase 2. Falcon Hit not too far behind.
There's a Delta hit sighting, so need to get the soft out.
Oh, this might be multicast Espers, right? That's the second Fenrir for Drulith.
Looks like it.
Somebody read the flags.
Alright, yeah, this is going to be just an absurd amount of damage. Let's calm this. So, counting HP, a very valuable skill for tier 3. And Drew is just cruising into the Kefka fight.
Also realizing that your life 3s can be dispelled in tier 2 when you kill magic. It's important to know, as you wonder, after you get calmness, you wonder, what happened to my life 3?
Yeah, I've been got by that too. Magic is just a jerk.
Oh man, Drillith is just wailing on the final Kefka here. This is gonna be over in an instant, I think.
Yeah, I think the only way this would have gone faster is if Possess was on the table. And done. Get out your GGs in the chat for Drulith, who finishes with a lightning quick 108 time. Yeah, it's a great time for not only a Kefka and Arsh seed, but also a Kefka and Arsh and Floating Continent seed too.
And GG to Falcon Head, coming in second place with a 1 hour, 9 minute, 38 second time. Edge, is there an advantage for them to do all of the qualifying seeds here, or is Drulith set?
There is an advantage to do 3 more. You can so for ease of scheduling, there's 5 qualifier matches. You can race in at most 3 of them, and the points for each one get added together. So kind of felt like 3 was kind of a sweet spot, and if you could only make it to one of the 5, then it wasn't really gonna kill you that you couldn't make all the rest of them either. Qualifying is just sort of a rough sort of players anyway for pool distribution, so not really anything that is super significant, but yeah, just something to keep in mind.
I believe the next race is Tuesday, June 27th, 9 p.m. EDT.
All right, so we'll see if we can get Drew and Falcon in here. We're joined by Drew and Falcon Hit right now. GG's to both of you.
Thank you.
GG's.
GG. Any Burning House enjoyers?
Oh, I did Burning House.
Nice, nice. I started Burning House.
Yeah, it was. It seemed like the right thing to do this seed. Just get that XP. Use the rods. Make it easy on the encounters.
Exactly, because this type of flag set, you don't want to do your free checks because otherwise you just get bodied by everything. I did one free check, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get bodied by everything.
Yeah, I decided to do a free check too because I had the Edgar start, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna go into these shops, I might as well check the throne anyway. And then
Exactly.
It was like not a character, so I was like, oh, maybe it's just dead, but it wasn't dead. I was like, oof, but whatever, we'll just deal with it.
Because I don't know if you didn't see, but I don't know if the stream saw, but my Strago took 100 damage from a bull mammoth's punch.
Oh man.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that's going to happen when you're at 15, isn't it?
I was really worried those mammoths would be immune to ice, but luckily they aren't.
They're not? Oh, man.
Oh, did you not use ice rods?
No, I just used VK and Dragon Dice.
I was like, well, they're an early game enemy, and they probably, don't want to, have elements be a thing that early on in the game, so maybe they didn't program an ice weakness.
Yes. I just Dragon Diced it, and I hit a 333 or something, because I did 1,000 damage on level 3. It was pretty good. It was pretty nice.
To be honest, I probably had a minute time save just from really good dice rolls this seed. They were just ridiculous.
Oh, my Super Bowl rolls were insane. I hit 4K into 4K into 2K.
Wow, I didn't even have Super Bowls.
They were at World of Ruin Thamaza item shop.
Oh, I see.
So I was like, oh, this is even better, right? Because now I can't die to the boss at the end because I can just go mimic Super Balls. But then it was Doomgiz, and I was like, well, hope I'm not a level multiple of 5. I wasn't, so I was just chilling.
I just pulled off my signature move, which is buy 50 plus rods.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the ice rods. I had a stack of 8, and I forgot to use them.
Yeah, whenever I get the Edgar discount, I'm just like, yep, we're spending it all.
Okay, so Schwantz into the Kefka fight right now. Drew, I saw that you just decided to plow through some of the enemies in Kefka at Narsh. Looks like you missed out on the Outsider Madam group that was in there.
Oh, was that the brown soldiers?
I think so.
Gotcha. Yeah, I only checked the green ones, and I was like, well, I'm already pretty much over-leveled. I'll check the green ones just to see if it's not Gigantos or something. And I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll just skip the rest, so... I see an Ultima. That's never good.
In this flag set, you're just so over-leveled. You can survive 2 Ultimas.
Yeah.
That's what happens with 2.5 experience, right? It's kind of like you have half an egg.
Pretty much.
Alright, and Schwantz is done with a time in 116 range, so get out your GGs for Schwantz as well, and we'll invite him into the booth. So, Drew, when you're picking between going for the skip and just charging into KT and going the long way, how much time are you usually looking at?
Yeah, I figured
around
it'd be
6-minute range?
I figured it'd be 5 minutes about either way. And the reason I didn't go to the tower is because there are better rewards out of the tower. Because first of all, your party's not split up, so every member's gonna get XP from all the bosses you fight. And fighting a dragon, you get guaranteed 50 MP if you need it, or an XP. I didn't need MP this seed, but it's just something that you can think about. And then also the free item counts as a check for some reason. I literally learned that last week before this race, so I'm glad that I retained that. Shout out to Overstorm. I think he brought that up. What else? Yeah, you can like just check rewards too. So, you know, just your stereotypical extra Esper or whatever. You never know what you could get that could end up helping out. And so even though it would have been about the same time either way, if you have the choice and it's going to be about the same time, I'd say just go for skip. And then there's the whole like you can save before using your KT skip in case like there's a really hard boss in one of the lanes and you want to just send a different party down. So like there's a lot of reasons to prefer the skip if it's about the same time.
Yeah, Magic Master was in KT this time around, but hiding in the Atma spot.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't go for skip then. I was thinking about doing skip, but I was like, oh, I'll just do my peekables, right? Because I did like every single check except for Sabins, and I was like, I'll just do my peekables, and if there's no character, maybe I can get like an Esper and then a character, and then it'd be like a bit closer, because it's 18 checks for skip. And I was like, that's a little bit far. I think I needed 5 more.
Yeah, I just had really quick ones available. Like I just got Lock, so I had the weapon shop and I had the mountain and the both checks on the mountain, so the dragon and Tritalk, and then I had Zen Thief, which I already knew I could afford because I peaked it earlier, and I think that was it.
And we're joined now by Schwantz. GG.
GG Swans.
GG Swans.
Schwantz may be having mic issues, so... Oh, audio issues.
I kind of wish I did Go-Go's check first, because I got all this Burning House experience, and then I found the Esper with 100 plus 100 HP, and I was like, ah, shoot.
Oh, was that in
It was in Zone.
that in Zone Eater?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go there. I was like, I got to the choice where it was either Zone Eater or Kefka at Narsh, and I was like, just intuitively, I was like, this has got to be a Kefka at Narsh seed. So I just went there. Like that's just how this game is a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did see at the end your Strago had like 6,000 HP.
I misplayed so hard. I should have taken the Thunder Shield off and then cast Merton, and then because the entire fight my Strago was at like near full HP, and I was like, man, if only they could like punch Strago, I could get some more damage from this weekend. And then I was like, oh, I can just unequip my Thunder Shield and then just damage it myself with Merton. So simple.
So I set up a True Knight tank to help Shadow out, but he never came in handy. Never came up. Felt sad. Set up this cool strategy, and then we didn't even get to see it.
Schwantz, are you here?
Schwantz now? It looks like Discord is just not playing nice today. So we'll try reloading Discord on Schwantz's end. Meanwhile, Kefka fight for Fitz.
There were so many Dragon Horns this seed.
Were there? I only found 2, I think.
I think I saw 3.
I kind of stopped checking chests because I was like, oh, I have VK offering the 100 HP Esper with this like increased experience. There's like, I was just plowing through the entire seed. My team was an unstoppable freight train, and then I suplexed the train.
I didn't transition to using knives until about halfway through, just because I was using rods and pretty comfy. Still 1 or 2 turning most fights, so I was still checking some treasure along the way. Like I hadn't full committed on knife, just because I was like, well, it's not that great unless I have like muscle belt or HP Esper, but I ended up getting Shadow who could just wear it, and then just found an HP plus 30%, and he could use Red Hat. So I was like, all right, we'll just start using this now. So it worked out. Saved a lot of time too.
get out your GGs for Fitz as well, who finishes with a time of 1:21. Schwantz, can you hear us now?
Yeah, is this thing on?
Yeah. Hey, Schwantz.
There we go. Yeah, sorry, I'm streaming from a different computer than I normally do because I have to rebuild my other PC, which is a whole other set of fun things to do later on this afternoon. So, yeah, thanks.
Oh boy, good luck.
Yeah, I thought I was doing really well, and I guess I was not utilizing the ice rods that we found for half price in World of Ruin South Figaro enough, because Drew and Falcon hit, and Mark all finished before me, so that's a to-do for next time. But I thought the seed was pretty good, except for the required character at Kefka at Narsh, which is never fun. But yeah. Had a lot of indecision with my party also. I found 2 offerings and Valiant Knights for sale and multiple party members that could use it, but then I was also using the fixed dice with the boots and the horn, and then I got Sabin, who had lore, and even though the Burning House is a dead check, it did give you the 24 lores, so that made Sabin appeal to me, obviously, to be able to use the higher end lores like Grand Train and Pearlwind for healing and things like that. So a lot of different parties you can go with. So it'll be interesting to see what everybody did, in this particular run.
So everybody kept Gogo, right? He was like the best character in the game.
Yeah, Gogo I had for a while until until yep.
So one thing about Kefka and Narsh seeds is that once you get rid of all your fast checks that everyone's gonna do, then it gets down to Kefka and Narsh or a few others. I feel like it's always best to check Kefka at Narsh because in my mind I was like, okay, I'm just gonna save outside Narsh, run in, and if it's a character, great, and if it's not, if it's just an Esper / item, I'm just gonna reset because I don't care about the Esper that much.